I'm Ellen, and this is my studio. Are you ready for a tour? Let's go on in. So here's my studio. It's busy, I know, but that's the way I like it. I've got a lot going on here, and I share the space with my husband, who's also an artist. He works back there. He's a video artist and sculptor, so there's even more going on than meets the eye. I've always been interested in abstraction, and for quite a while I've been doing mixed media pieces on paper. My roots are in clay. I received my MFA in ceramics, and I've gotten back to clay fairly recently with some low fire pieces that are lots of fun. So I fire these in a kiln out back, and I hand paint them with acrylic paints. So they're meant for indoor display. I get a lot of fun with the colors I can get with the acrylics, and I build little hooks in the back of these pieces so they can be easily displayed on the wall. This is a set that I'm just finishing up that is going to go to a little apartment in New York, and so I'm excited to get these up and out. This is an example of the clay drying, not quite ready for the kiln. I've had some interest in larger forms of late, so this is one that I'm working on. It's almost dry. It'll go into the kiln, get fired with these other pieces. I've got quite a few that are drying. This is just a small selection. When the pieces come out of the kiln, they're low fired, and I put an acrylic, actually a latex paint on them as kind of a base. And I do build these small hooks into the back so you can easily hang them on the wall. When the color is added, it looks something like this. And I've really been enjoying the purple and turquoise and yellow gold tones of late. So there is a lot to be said about a small space where you get a lot done. In other words, it gets kind of messy, but it all makes sense to me. Here are some of the things I like. Scraps. I have a lot of scraps. I use these when I'm doing the works on paper because they're really collage. They're not just paint on one surface. I build the surfaces up and create texture. I have a lot of reading glasses, essential for kind of the detail work I do here, especially with the ceramics. And I have a lot of acrylics, just my favorite colors that I work with. This again would be the clay in its air-dried form. And in a second, I'll take you back and show you where I roll the slabs out. Here's a peek at another part of the studio. I have a mixed media piece on paper here, just hanging out. They're easy to store. I've put them out for the studio visit just to add a little more color to things. Here's some more clay pieces drying. This is fun. It's a piece that I did yesterday. It's not quite as dry as the other work. I really love this phase of things. It's a little bit damp, but the form holds. And at about this point with the ceramic forms, I will often take a damp sponge and just do a little cleanup. I'm not changing the form at all. I'm just tidying up the edges, kind of smoothing things out. And the small hooks are already in the back. I put those in when I make the piece, so it'll be good to go for hanging on the wall. I use my handy dandy needle nose pliers and just some heavy wire to cut those loops with. Nothing fancy or official here, but just a wall with some of my abstract forms on display. This is a little pod shape, which I finished recently. I'm not sure what it is about this form, but it makes me happy. Again, just showing the little hooks in the back. So it's really easy just to put it on a little old nail there. And these are on display with some of the mixed media paintings I did some time ago. These are actually on wood panels, so they're about 3/4 of an inch thick, which is kind of fun. The last thing I'll share with you is my new slab roller. I'm so excited. I found it on Craigslist. So as you probably guessed, a slab roller rolls out slabs of clay and makes everything a lot easier. I'll give you a quick demonstration here. I've flattened this out just a little bit. Watch this. Isn't that beautiful? So much potential. I'm going to roll it out again. I'll probably make it a little thinner for the pieces I like to do on the wall. But it's a beautiful, beautiful surface, and I will use my tools here, my knife, all my circles. I collect lots and lots of circles to cut out and carve into the clay with, and it's just so much fun. This is my happy spot. So thank you for joining me for this virtual studio tour. I hope everyone's well, and I hope I'll see you in person sometime. Bye-bye.